I spent years traveling across all of Asia and experiencing different cultures, as well as working with the IT companies. But what I experienced during my last trip to the Bangladesh was completely different than anything I ever experienced in Asia. Today I want to share with you my 4 main lessons that I took from my last trip to Bangladesh. The 2 lessons that are purely business related and 2 lessons are purely country related. After you listen those lessons, you will be able to see how the difference between country can impact generally business or even generally the economy, as well as you will find the 2 lessons that you can take and implement to your business to help you scale globally. Hello everyone, my name is Adam Skoneczny and you are watching Go Global Asia podcast. After many years helping IT companies scale and sell their services to the foreign market, I have created this podcast to share with you what actually works. This is the podcast for professionals who want to learn about sales, business collaboration and global expansion. Guys, today I will be sharing with you my experience. So it's like kind of my personal case study from my trip to Bangladesh. I spent there a couple of days and this trip actually changed me forever, literally. The experience I got there, it's a life-changing experience and it's something that will stay with me forever. Today I will share with you some main key lessons. Actually, I learned over there so many things, but I want to share with you 4 key lessons that I took from there and I believe it will be very useful for you. But what I want to start is it starts with the challenge that many Asian, many African, many Latin American companies they're facing, which is lack of the trust. When we want to collaborate with a Western client, and they look at us, they feel that we are third world country, we're living here in Asia. They don't actually know what is happening here. So the position, geographic position on the map, it's already disadvantage for us, especially for the countries like Vietnam, like India, like Bangladesh, like Pakistan. So if we live in those countries and we run IT organization, we need to be very smart how we can position ourselves, basically how we can overcome that problem. So this is a significant problem that we need to consider about. And why I'm sharing you about this, because I see that Bangladesh is very on the beginning of the journey. They're just starting putting their image in front of the Western client and try position themselves in different way. Then the people actually think about them. So guys, let me get right into those 4 main lessons. And the number 1 lesson is actually related to what I just said. It's about positioning themselves. Positioning yourself as a business and putting the right image into the eyes or into the head of the client. Let's look at Bangladesh. They have a very huge population. I think it's more than 180 million people. And most of that population is very young generation. So if we're talking about resources, it's really huge advantage for this country. But the problem is how they position themselves or how the other country perceive them. So if you think about the Bangladesh, there are the things like a garment coming to your head. They are very powerful with producing clothing and other accessories. But when you think about the IT industry, there is not much thing that you can relate IT and Bangladesh. When you think IT industry, for example, India, they did a very great job to promote. And guys, this must, the promotion itself, it must come on the 2 levels. One is the government level and one there is the company level. If we are business in those countries and we do not put effort to promote ourselves, to show to the world who we are, what we actually can do, there is very high chance of the failure. And the other way, if you actually put the effort, if you spend the time to bring the message to the client, to inform them what we are doing, how we're doing, and show them real country, real capabilities, then you have a very high chance to succeed in the global market. Second lesson, what I want to talk to you is about the risk. So I noticed in Bangladesh that there is not many big international corporation. I don't see that the Google promoting themselves there much. I don't see Nvidia promoting themselves and bringing their factories. And the reason is, from my perspective, it's about the risk. And if you remember my past episode, I was talking about the pyramid of decision making in the B2B. We have a price to the valuation, we have a risk, and we have a time. One of these main decision aspects in Bangladesh, it's perceived as a not good. So basically, the companies they feel if I engage with a company in Bangladesh, there might be high risk. So what we can learn from that is when we have a IT business or any other type of the business working in B2B, we need to consider how we can remove the risk from the client, take it on our shoulder, and very clearly inform the client how we do it. I give you example how my company is doing it. So basically, we provide the guarantees to the client. When they work with us, they don't have a chance to lose. Uh, To be more specific, we provide the guarantee to the client. If he doesn't like what we do, we return them money. Or if we don't reach the KPIs we obligate to them, we will work full time for the client and for free until the KPI is met. So as you see, in this kind of setting, I took whole risk on myself. And basically, when you are from Asia, when you are from Africa, when you are from Latin America, you need to figure out how to remove the risk from the client and take it on your shoulder. And last but not least, you need to be able to show them this is your additional value, this is something what you do extra, and bring this message directly to the client. So lesson number 3, what I want to share with you, and is very unique to the Bangladesh market. So as I mentioned, there is 180 million people in Bangladesh, and a big chunk of those population is young generation. They have a multiple hundreds of IT companies, maybe even thousands, that providing IT services. But the big problem for them, they don't have a sales capability. I went to so many companies around the Dhaka, capital of Bangladesh, and I talked to the many business owners from the SMEs and from corporation. And the main problem for them is that they have a salespeople for the local market, but they understand to sell in the global market, you need to have a completely different type of the salespeople who can approach the foreign client, who can talk to the Western client, who can be able to communicate with them. And this is amazing observation because it's not the problem of one company. Actually, it's the problem of the country. And what is the biggest lesson for me from that is that when I talk to those IT founders and IT leaders, they are actually aware of their problem and they are now on the path to take a first step to solve it. And to be able to objectively look at your country, look at your company and say, hey, we don't have these resources. Hey, we don't have these capabilities. Hey, we don't have these skills. This is something amazing. This is the lesson that it was very making me very humble because probably most of us trying to avoid the problem, we try to don't bring the something what is inconvenient for us or for whole country. But in the Bangladesh, people were very open, very transparent, and they actually already taking action to solve that problem, which is amazing. So guys, last element I want to share with you, or last lesson, it's about the work ethic. So you probably may know my story. I am Polish, but when I was young, I moved to Ireland. And Ireland, it was the first place where I was working, like having my career, joined to the corporation and work for big medical company. In that organization, I had the opportunity to experience what is the work ethic of Western people. Then when I came to Asia, China, Vietnam, Philippines, and I saw what is the work ethic in this region, it's just unbelievable. The people here, they are much, 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 much more hardworking. And this impression stay with me until one day, just recently when I went to the Bangladesh. Guys, over there, people, they're extremely hardworking. The Generally, Asia, what I see, like China, Vietnam, it's very, very hard working, but Bangladesh going beyond that. I think we can compare Bangladesh to Japan. They have a kind of this style of a work ethic. I give you an example. When we went to the office and I talked with the CEO of big corporation, he said that the people they start working later. They come in 9 or 10 a.m. But they don't leave 7 or 8 p.m. If you leave right when you finish your shift, it's actually not polite or not aligned with the Bangladesh culture. You need to stay much more longer in the company because then you are perceived as a good person. So that was first very surprising element for me. Second thing, what I found out it was about people willing to be proactive. And what they do, they want to actually add more value. They want to take another job, take another activity, what is actually not belong to their responsibilities. So give you a very specific example. Very often, a software engineer, he will have a project management capabilities. This was so surprising for me. And when I heard it from two, three companies in Bangladesh that actually we don't need the project manager because our software engineer can do it. It was very surprising, but also amazing to hear that how hardworking those people are. The lesson for me is being proactive. It can be on the many different levels. For us, being proactive now, I think we need to learn from Bangladesh what they are doing because what they doing, their proactiveness, it's on much higher level than I know. So guys, what I can tell you, traveling to Bangladesh, it was eye-opening experience for me. The people over there, they're extremely friendly, extremely nice. There is some risk from the political aspect, and I went through the, let's say, risky and dangerous situation. But the generally country, it has so great potential. And even beyond that, every trip, every journey can teach us something. Whenever you go somewhere, I highly recommend to start from the zero. Feel like a child. Enter to the culture, absorb what it's bringing to you. Because then we can have this unforgettable memories and those amazing experiences. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next episode.